Good evening. Good evening, class. This is Dr. Paget. Just thought I'd give you a little bit of a primer going into week 2. Um, so hope everybody is having a good weekend. Let me share a screen very quickly here just to give you an update on what's happening for this week. So let's get right into the course materials. Won't be very long here. Not that, not that. This is what I want right here. Okay, so again, here's the course webpage. Just to give you an update on what's going to be happening this week. First, as you can see, nothing needs to be turned in until the 13th, which I believe is Wednesday. I think that's right. On Wednesday, that first draft of the term paper is due. Also, on the 13th, the reflection paper on your take assessment views on the impact of the tornado and COVID-19 upon North Nashville as it pertains to the content of the presentation that I made last week. And so, we looked at the methodology that Dr. Ania Fotheringham and I went through to determine the social vulnerability of various communities in Nashville, specifically as it relates to Red Cross shelters and the flood zone or the flooded areas in 2010 for Nashville. And also due on Wednesday, of course, is your urban community GIS map. So you converted that sketch into GIS format. So Wednesday will be a pretty heavy day focused on GIS applications. On the 14th, your urban inequalities research and essay assignment is due. And so for Monday and Tuesday, we will be going asynchronous. And so your assignment is to read the various materials that are posted associated with this assignment. And so tomorrow, I'm going to record a more in-depth discussion on descriptive models of urban structure. We're going to look at how cities form. First, looking at those models in the United States. And then on Tuesday, we'll take a more global approach to urban development and structure. So there are a lot of reading materials. You should probably zoom in on a specific tack in terms of the reading materials for Module 6. There are a lot of them, as you can see. And so the emphasis is upon urban inequalities. And so we're going to be looking at urban inequalities such as gentrification. We're going to look at some of the historical underpinnings of urban inequalities, which of course are under the larger umbrella of the racial wealth gap in this country. We're going to look at a lot of things: urban renewal, Hope 6 project, redlining, Lots of issues that are related to segregation and inequality in cities, uh, both locally and um, nationally in this case. The articles are somewhat arranged. We start again with descriptive models of urban structure, uh, which is directly related to the changing shape of American cities. And then the National Urban League actually has an urban equity index. So we take more of a quantitative approach at looking at quality of life in various communities. Uh, in terms of some of the parameters that go into determining what makes a good or maybe not so good neighborhood, or really what's a better neighborhood, is illustrated in my article, Best Cities for African Americans, that I published in July 2001. That was the first of the series. I will more than likely, I'll just make reference to the two PowerPoint presentations here. You can go through them. And then I co-authored this Jefferson Street National Next study. Like I said, there are a lot of approaches you can take to looking at urban inequalities. There's Hope 6, there's public housing. And so in the assignment itself, you'll notice that in the assignment itself, I specifically ask you to just look at some very particular areas of urban inequalities and look at them in the context of the urban concentric zone model. And I'll talk about that a lot more tomorrow in a recorded presentation. So we're not going to be live Monday. We're not going to be live Tuesday. I'm going to record presentations. You can watch them at your, when you're available to do so. I really, really, really want you to watch this videos from the Race, the Power of an Illusion video series. I mean, that's really must watching for this assignment, nothing else. Again, I'll talk about this in much greater detail tomorrow. Going back into the assignments, so on Tuesday, we're going to get into urban climate vulnerability, global to local scales. And so we're going to take a look largely at the differences between how we approach urban development and specifically hazard mitigation in cities globally and in developing countries versus here in the United States. It should be a it makes a very, very interesting conversation on Friday. And so those are the first 2 days of this week. I just wanted to get that out to you and just be looking for some recorded lectures tomorrow and for Tuesday. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, ask me. And hope you had a good weekend. As always, think, work, serve.